I'm back with another video for you guys, and this is going to be my video on how to make lipstick from crayons. I posted it in my tutorial and said that the lipstick I was using was made from crayons, and I asked you guys if you wanted to see a video on that, and a lot of you were really excited. Some of you were kind of disturbed, but yes, you can make lipstick from crayons, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys how I do that. A few things I want to throw out there before we get started though. You do want to make sure that you are getting safe, non-toxic crayons, and you need to make sure it's written right there on the box. It says non-toxic. You probably can't really read that. There. Non-toxic crayons. I don't know how well other brands other than Crayon, this is just the brand I buy that I used, and it worked really well. I don't know if all the other knockoff brands will work as well because they're kind of really waxy, and I don't know how well those work. I do know for a fact Crayon does work, and this box of 64 crayons was only $3 at my local dollar store. I'm really excited about this, so I hope you guys really like this tutorial, and let's just get started. So a list of things you're going to need are crayons, obviously, and then you're going to need coconut oil, which can be found in the baking section of your grocery store. You need craft sticks or a spoon, something to stir with, containers to store your lipstick in. I found these in the craft section at Walmart. They're bead containers. A little glass jar or a bowl that's heat safe to melt everything in, and a pot or a skillet to put on the burner of your stove. And something completely optional is vanilla extract to get rid of that crayon smell and taste. The next thing I did was I selected which colors I wanted to turn into my lipstick. So for my first shade, I chose these two colors as pink and purple. And then the next step, which is probably the longest part of this whole process, is peeling off the paper of these crayons. Then moving over to the stove, you just want to turn your burner on to about medium to medium-high heat and put your skillet on there and your little glass jar and fill it with water. About halfway up the jar would work. So I let that heat up, and once it's in the heated process, I'm going to take my coconut oil, and I'm taking a plastic spoon and scooping out about half of my spoonful of coconut oil. Depending on how sheer you want your lipstick to be will determine how much coconut oil you need to put in there. If you want it to be more like a gloss, then you need to add more coconut oil and less crayon. And I'm just going to stir that around until it's completely melted. And once it's completely melted, we're going to go ahead and throw in our crayons. So for this particular shade, I chose brown and threw in half of that crayon. And then I chose a burgundy shade. And I just took that whole crayon but broke it up in half and threw that whole crayon in there and continued to stir that until it is melted. And keep stirring. Definitely keep stirring. This whole process of melting the crayon probably took about 45 seconds to probably a minute. Once the crayons have completely melted, I'm going to go ahead and put in my vanilla extract. And I did this while it was still on the burner because when you dump it in, it's going to harden some of the crayon in the oil, and you just want to continue to melt that out. Once that's completely melted, you can go ahead and dump it into your little container and set it aside while you continue to make all your other shades. Now, cleanup could not be any easier. I just took paper towel, and while the crayon was still kind of melted, wiped out the jar or bowl I was using with a paper towel, flipped the paper towel inside out, and continued to wipe it, and then just threw it in the sink because you're done. All you have to do is hand wash or throw it in the dishwasher or whatever you do to clean your dishes. I just threw it in the sink, and the same thing with the skillet. All you have to do is dump out the water and wipe with the paper towel, wipe your skillet out before it has a chance to cool down and harden, and your skillet's ready to go. So you could either put your lipsticks in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes or let them sit out overnight, which is what I did. Let mine sit out overnight to harden, and I am absolutely impressed with the way they came out. I made about 10 shades. This is the red shade I made. I took the crayon that had strawberry written on it and just melted that whole stick down. You can either use your finger or a brush to apply this. I'm going to go ahead and show you using my finger. And you just want to take your finger and rub it in there. If you want a more sheer coverage, then you want to use your finger, and I'm just gonna so that's with my finger right there on the bottom lip. So it's kind of more like a sheer lip tint than an actual color. And then for the top lip, I'm just going to use a brush to show you how that applies it. And you just apply it the same way, only with the brush, you're able to scoop up a lot of the product so it will apply darker. This is with the brush on top, and then that's just with my fingers. So you get a nice sheer, and the color is buildable. You can definitely keep applying this and keep applying this, and the color is definitely buildable, and I absolutely love this. This is very moisturizing, and I can smell and taste the vanilla if I lick my lips, but I can definitely smell it. It doesn't smell like crayons, that waxy crayon smell, but so that's it for today. I hope you guys really like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and share the video with some of your friends. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.